I ask for the truth on behalf of Tabitha Hill concerning issues with her and her son. Been through a bad place just lately, and I don't know what this is all about, so I wonder what's going on here and what insight and guidance Spirit can offer there. I ask in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the crow, the carrier of souls from darkness into light. And we just cut the cards there for you, Tabitha, and we'll just move the deck to the side. I'll deal out 3 cards, past, present and future, and as is usually the case here, the past is the recent past. This is a period of time between now and this time last month, just over the past 28 days or so, about a moon phase, you could say, couldn't you, about a month. The next card we deal, sorry about the noise by the way, that's just the fan heater. We had a storm blow over and it's gone a bit cold, so I've had to put a bit of blow power, as you would say, just as backup until the temperature rises again. But in the interim there, the next card we deal is the present for you there, and then your immediate future. The heat's just gone off now, so the immediate future, as the thermostat clicks in, we just place there. Here we're using, of course, in this deck, this is the Crow's Magic Tarot by Londa Marks. So Crow is king. So we're using shamanic energy, aren't we, here, in some regards. The tarot deck is energised. Crow is king in this deck. Let's just pull the first card out and let's just see what was going on just recently with you and your son. Let's just see what this is about. I'm sort of sensing tension and things like that, or whatever. I don't know if this is having to bang heads together, or somebody just having to behave themselves. I don't know. But either way, let's see what card we got there. The energy of the King of Coins. The King of Coins. Notice Tiger, brother. Tiger represents the willpower. The energies of Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo. So that's... but coins is earth. The element... The coins represents the element of earth. And Tiger represents, of course, the willpower, but the King represents the element of fire, spiritual essence, whereas Earth is the physical vehicle. So you could say the physical vehicle, you could say spiritual essence of the physical vehicle, couldn't you? That's what you could say. Let me just pause just for a moment while I just open this little thing here, this little carrier for Joseph, and then you can get in there when you want now, can't you, Joe? So we'll just open that up there for my little friend there, and then he'll be okay for that. Just I've put some food for him. It's pointless locking him out, isn't it? Back to this. In my case, of course, rats are they're productive, they're industrious. Of course, they're four-legged ones, so they protect through being industrious. In this particular case, tiger is one of the four-legged ones, and has had something to do with your life there, hasn't he? You've been protected with your willpower. It's as if you've been having to take charge of the situation. Tiger sort of points out that you have to take charge of the situation, and it's up to you to believe in yourself and do to do that. Notice there, crow in the background. Crow is king, and the winged ones, they are thought to carry the messages from the heavens to the earth. So they offer guidance. So there's still guidance in the background, although crow is king here. Nevertheless, carrying you from one place to another, from the past into the future, maybe out of the darkness and maybe into the light, or is it through further darkness at the moment? What's actually going on there? Let's just pull out this middle card here. This represents the present, your present. So we'll just bring it round, and then we'll just flip it over just to see what its energy is. The energy of the Four of Cups. Cups is feelings and emotions. It's to do with water, isn't it? The element of water. And any number between 4 and 9, those are the numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, they are also to do with water. So it's rather a watery energy. Notice 4 is a square number, isn't it? So it's like balancing things out. Maybe emotional balance in some way, shape or form. Change going on emotionally right now, of course. Nevertheless, offering up opportunity. There's an opportunity to maybe right the wrongs of the past, that you had to take charge of the situation because maybe somebody else was too immature to take charge or do what they had to do. Maybe I don't know whether you had to be a legal guardian or something like that, or what, I don't know. Why am I sort of sensing, I hope it isn't true, but why am I sort of sensing as though somebody may not have been either mentally or either way emotionally stable, and they were having responsibility was passed to you, or maybe you felt obliged to be responsible. I don't know why I'm getting that, I don't know, that's just a thought that's gone through my head. I hope I'm wrong, actually. Let's just see what the next card is. Let's see what that vibrates with there. We just bring that round, and this is the immediate future. This is, if you carry on along this path, this is what will happen, potentially what will happen there. The Five of Swords. Crowley calls the Five of Swords the Lord of Defeat. This tends to focus on distress and confusion. Although it's got an Aquarius sort of energy to it there. Notice the path of light and darkness, the chessboard thing going off into the distance. And that's the path of light and darkness that we all must travel upon. And the angel, of course, the wings symbolising the movement of messages, and the angel being the messenger there, usually facing away from the situation, but in this case, nevertheless, not knowing where to go. Of course, we have to try and step on the white squares, we have to step in the light, but of course we can slip and step on the dark squares in the darkness too. But how do you know what the light is if you don't know what the darkness is? And maybe it's offering you a choice, for as much as maybe that's the confusion, because you in the sense of cruel to be kind. Why am I sort of thinking that? I don't know. But nevertheless, you will be losing out in some way, shape or form. There is some form of loss in the sense of it will literally leave you distressed in that sense. It will leave you confused. It will leave you in the dark. Although there's an opportunity to right the wrongs right now, and although you took charge of the situation, and from a material point of view you were okay, but from an emotional point of view it's balanced now. But although emotionally you're balanced and whatever, nevertheless there is the confusion to come. Maybe the 5 is lost. 5 is lost, isn't it? You have the balance of the 4, then the loss of the 5, then the analysis of the 6, the weakness of the 7, and then the challenge of the 8, and then the peak of magic at 9, before the turnaround at 10, which is 1 plus 0, and then we start all over again. From the pep cards anyway, but nevertheless, notice here that they are minor arcana cards, and of course with earth, water and air. Notice air, creative and transmissive powers, as if the immediate future is offering up a loss of communication, a lack of communication, or loss of it even. And that's what defeat is, isn't it? When there's confusion. Not about distress, but it can be distressing, can't it, when communication breaks down. And this is what I'm getting here, a communication breakdown. And this is a warning, really, because it's the communication that really is really needed just at this time, isn't it? Or around about between now and this time next month, as you could say, or that next year. So around about mid-January, between now, it looks a bit of you won't be communicating or talking. This is what it is. Lack of you haven't been talking, maybe, or somebody else hasn't been talking, and this, I don't know what's going on in detail there. That's your private affair. All I can give, I suppose, it's a bit of a con, isn't it, to say it's a tarot reading, really, because you are the reader, not me. I just interpret. I'm the tarot interpreter, and you are the one who knows the truth. You are the reader, really. So maybe you should, if it wasn't for the fact that there were free readings, free psychic readings, you'd be charging me to do the reading for you, effectively. That's the paradox of it all. But back to this again. It does look very, very. Notice Crow as king in the past. Will Crow move through to the now, into the future, and carry you through that confusion and darkness and uncertainty into a light in around about, or somewhere around about mid-February maybe. I don't know. Let's hope so. But for now, whatever this lack of communication is, forewarned is forearmed. But nevertheless, maybe it's what you're used to. And sometimes you have to look out for number 1, because to end up being driven insane yourself, you can't look out for others who may need it. And of course, if they need healing, they also have to want it, and they also have to ask for it, or else they don't acknowledge the fact there's something wrong. An acknowledgement of something wrong also helps the healing process. It's 50% the healing process complete, really, isn't it? But that has to be done, I'd say, around about February. If we were to look at a moon phase, maybe I could check the chart there, around about for healing, we're looking at a first quarter, aren't we? The first quarter that we've just had basically as it was yesterday on the 15th. So that was maybe when you could start the healing process now. No time like the present, as the and that was at 6:45, and up to the full moon, up to the peak of magic, the full moon on the 21st of January at 5:16 UTC. Maybe, of course, before then, though, although we've got the full moon on the 22nd of December, maybe after that you could banish any negative energies that are keeping you and your son, and that is creating this tension between you and him there. You can banish that on the 29th of December, just around about New Year, 9:34 UTC on 29th of December there. That's the last quarter when you can banish. You can banish on the full moon as well, any time when the moon is waning, because you're waning energy away, aren't you? But either way, if that's what you do, then that's what you do. But for now, these cards have spoken. Blessed be to Crow.